For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, good afternoon, and nice to see you again as the camera zooms in there for a nice tight shot. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Coming up, the month of May is the month of Foster Care Awareness Month for the month of May. So we've got an expert in here about foster care. Shelley Lukasak. Nice
I don't know if I'm an expert.
You're an expert. You're an expert. Nice to see you.
I like to be one.
Welcome. Had you come to St. Clair Rotary Club a few weeks ago, and you wowed them with the story of foster care and what a wonderful opportunity is for people. Bring us up to date. What is first off, what is the month about? And how can we help?
Yeah, so May is Foster Care Awareness Month, and we just are kind of putting some stuff around town, actually. We're going to have a candy jar and a little something. That's going to be kind of a fun thing for people to come and visit and guess how many candies are in there, just to kind of kick that off. And you know, what it is we just want everybody to be aware that, you know, there is kids all around that are in care. We have about 11,500 in the state of Michigan alone. Yeah, that are in care or waiting a home to be adopted. And so, you know, when we look at these numbers, we know that, you know, we need to bring awareness.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of why I was here and asked to come and chat with you, because we want to make sure that people know that there's a need out there.
Right. The 11,000. How do we get that number? How do we accumulate that kind of crowd?
Yeah, so those are children that are currently in care, like I said, or children that are still awaiting a home to be adopted. And one of our bigger pushes this year in this county and in the state is our teens. You know, we are looking for people that are willing to take teens into their homes. You know, we know it's kind of a tricky population. Some of us have raised teens, right? I have a couple in my house, and I you know, they can be difficult, but you know, there's a stigma out there that, you know, teens are bad, and that's why they came into care. And they didn't come into care for any other reason than that toddler or that cute baby that they picked up from the hospital. You know, and so, you know, we just get this number, and we just need to knock it down some more, you know, and with having awareness months like this, we're just hoping that people become aware of that.
You referred to the fact that these are not infants, these are teenagers. There is foster care for adoptive children that are going to be adopted when they're 6 months or that small, younger age, right?
Yeah.
This is different.
Yep. So no. So this 11,500 is all children from infant up until teens. Okay. And so, you know, we're just looking, you know, for some good families, you know, and we know that even in St. Clair County there's a need. You know, we have about I was asking our St. Clair County MDHHS this week, and we have about 117 homes in St. Clair County that are relative or non-relative foster homes. Wow. And you know, but then we look at the statistic as we have 260 kids that are in care in St. Clair County alone, you know, and even if we go up the lake a little bit in Sanilac County, you know, we have about 32 homes up there that are, you know, general homes or relative homes, and they have about 80 kids in care. So, wow. Yeah, so we know that there's a need. You know, we know that we have a need, and we know that we try to complete that need, because if we don't complete that need, then our kids that are or come into care sometimes have to leave our counties.
What are the requirements to become a foster parent?
Yeah, so you got to have a loving heart is what it is.
Big heart.
A big heart, yeah. Kind and compassionate and patience, you know, are all of those pieces. We don't discriminate against anybody. You know, like I had said in Rotary, our seasoned adults are better foster parents because they have time for these kiddos, you know. And myself, I have 8 kids in my home. I know, crazy, right? That I could even get myself here today. Right. And 2 of them are foster kiddos, you know, and 3 of them are adopted, and then I had 3 of my own. And so we know there's a need. you know, because they overfilled my house in order to accommodate this need. And Foster Care Awareness Month is just that time to say, hey guys, you know, if you ever thought about it, you know, come on, we'll help you with that, you know.
So in your home and in so many homes like yours, similar to yours, there's a lot of noise, a lot of happiness, a lot of crying, a lot of everything, right?
A lot of everything.
Wonderful experience.
It is. You know, I talk a lot. I train foster parents, and I talk a lot about how these kiddos, you know, are a blessing that I never thought I needed. You know, and what they bring to our home and our hearts, and I have biological children too, and what they even bring to the table for them is just really amazing. You know, they just bring so much happiness to our homes.
You brought along a little video, and Sam will put it up for us. It's just a 60-second video, but it's a mother and a daughter, and let's take a look at that now. And we'll come back.
Yeah, let's.
It's Jamie, and we are a foster family. You know, why not? There's a need. If we want other people to do it, then why shouldn't we be the ones to take that first step and do it? The easiest way I can explain it is if you had a sister who was at a hard point in her life and she had kids that needed help and she couldn't raise them very well, you would take those kids in a heartbeat. You would love them and treat them just like they were your own. When your sister's capable of taking them back, then you would rejoice and you would be happy to see them go back because they belong with their mom.
Hello, my name's Jillian and I'm 10 years old. We do foster care. We take in little kids. I like to just help them and teach them so when they grow up they can have a better life. This is what I say to them. I say that we're just having a long sleepover. I just play with them and pretend like they're my best friend.
If you're considering becoming a foster parent, learn more by contacting an experienced foster parent at 855-MICH-KIDS.
So what are the basic requirements to become a parent? Do I have to register with the state, or what's the...
Yeah, so what we encourage you to do first is to call the 1-855-MICH-KIDS. We have a great program that is a navigator program, and what this navigator does is they kind of help you through the licensing process. So they get you, if you already have an agency that you're looking at, then they can help, you know, with that. But you primarily start there, and then you do an orientation. You have, you know, some paperwork that you would do. There's home visits, you know, that they'll come in and they'll make sure that everything is good. You know, there's paperwork, like if anything, right?
Right.
You know, but really, to be honest with you, that's kind of the process. There's fingerprinting. You have to have health.
Some background checks.
Background checks, yep. You know, there's health appraisals just to make sure that you're in good health and can care for a child. But other than that, you know, it's kind of like, it's one of those, I always say, we rush and then we wait, right? You know, and so you can start the process and then...
Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait, you know, because every piece takes a certain amount of time. But you'll get hooked up with a licensing worker, and that licensing worker really is your person throughout your whole foster care journey, you know, and they're kind of your person, you know, and they know you and they know your family. I have a great licensing worker, and him and I just chat on any occasion, you know. The great thing though is now our navigator services kind of stopped when we were licensed, but we now have been able to add an ongoing navigator position, which is actually mine, so I get the pleasure of that. And I help those foster parents through that first year. Okay. So you're never alone. We have support groups. All of the I have one once a month, but we have them all over, and they're on Zoom right now. You know, and so that has been one of those luxuries, unfortunately, through the pandemic, is that we've been able to continue to train our foster parents through Zoom. We've been able to still have support groups through Zoom, you know, so that these foster parents aren't alone and they can, you know, voice their concerns. We have trainings all the time that, you know, might have been specific to a certain county, but now is open up to everybody. And so there's just so much stuff out there that we can, you know, now get and do a little easier actually through the pandemic.
You referred to if you were already with an agency. What do you mean by that?
If like you woke up and you said, I want to be, you know, licensed through NS Center, you know, you would tell that navigator that, you know, you would want, that you would want to be licensed through NS. We have NS, we have Samaritas, we have MDHHS, you know, in our local area. You know, Lapeer has like Lapeer Adoption Services. So there's other agencies out there other than MDHHS.
Okay.
So you don't have to be licensed through them, you know, but you can definitely pick, you know, where you want to be licensed through.
Is there a financial commitment to it? Do I have to have a certain income in order to be able to do this kind of work?
You know, the income, you know, we do have to put in all of our financial information into our paperwork. You know, we have to show our bills and stuff like that. But the good thing is that these kids that are going to come into your home have a daily stipend, you know, to help out with some of their needs. They have Medicaid. You know, so
you're, for the foster parent is not taking on a whole burden of additional food and.
Yeah, I mean, they would have, you know, that daily or monthly stipend. It comes twice a month, you know, and it's enough to, you know, get the kiddos what they need. They do have clothing allowances too that come in the fall and the spring, and so those help with, like, you know, new school clothes and stuff like that. So there's definitely some support, you know, to support these kiddos when they come into your home, for sure.
It's just wonderful. It just really is wonderful.
It is.
And you can see the joy in yourself, in you. I mean, it's not a burden for you to talk about this story, and it's just good stuff.
You know, it is good stuff, and it's kind of funny. And at Rotary, I had told our story, you know, and you know, this started with my husband. And, you know, he lived next to a foster home his whole life. He's seen these kids come and go. And he wanted to be a part of that blessing one day. Wow. And I was a little hesitant at first, but now this is my job and this is what I do. It's not even a job. You know, this is what I do. And I enjoy it because we've had 10 placements in the last 6 years. And just the blessings that they've brought to myself and my own kids. You know, they just get so excited when a new kiddo comes into the house. It's so funny what they do.
New member of the family.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so the basic number is 1-855-MISH-KIDS.
It is, yes.
And the website was an easy one too. It was, I think we got it. No, he's got the other one up, but michigan.gov/home for a kid. Let me put the other one up there, Samuel. We'll get it here. You'll see it. We can edit
You know, the thing is, too, is to look at is a lot of information is on the michigan.gov website. You can go there and really find that information for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we love your work. It's just phenomenal that you would help this many people, and it's got to give you joy and satisfaction and seeing them placed.
Yeah, and it's not just the joy of the people, it's the joy of the kids.
Yeah.
You know, when they find that right home, you know, whether it's be forever or whether it just be temporary until mom and dad can figure it out, just the joy that they bring to us is amazing.
Thank you for what you do. Did we miss anything?
I don't think we did.
And this goes on the whole month of May.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, just make sure that you get a hold of 1-855-MISH-KIDS, and all the answers will be there.
Yep, we also do some other the other myth busting and stuff like that. But once they get hooked up with the navigator, they'll be able to, you know, see some other stuff that we're able to, you know, offer them before they're even licensed.
Great. Shelley Lukasak, thanks for coming in. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
It's important to get that information out, and there's a bunch of kids just waiting to see your smiling face. So till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.